I have to say, probably one of the most rewarding student-based activities I've been in was the International Club. It started maybe 8 years ago, and it was started by a Korean student who, quite honestly, many teachers didn't think he had the ability to be able to start a club, but because he was sometimes not on time, he was a bit erratic in his work and whatever, but he did a wonderful job of starting this international club, and they spread, actually the refugee programs, all the ones that we have at school now, originated with this club. And it was the kids. The thing I liked about it, I took a back seat. We had wonderful students who led the club, and it was decision making was all done by the students. And the second year of the club, they decided to have a walkathon, and now it's pretty much an ISKL tradition. So we had a walkathon for 3 years in a row, and it was the students who said, we don't want to just make money, little bit of money out of bake sales or, you know, little things that make 1,000 or 2,000 ringgit. We want to raise a lot of money for charity. So none of us had experience, none of the students had experience, but we got support from parents and I remember one of the parents was with Dell, and she brought in one of her event managers who for free worked with us and helped guide the kids, and then we brought in outside event managers and paid. So this wonderful walkathon, it was so tiring and taxing at first because we didn't know what we were doing. It became such a marvelous event for the kids because they learned so much about how to put on a big event, and they were the leaders of it. I basically just made sure it coordinated through people here at ISKL, but I got the adults who needed to be involved to back it, and they had to present their idea to the board. They had to get approval by the board of directors because no one had done anything like this before. They had to get approval, of course, before that from the headmaster, and all of these stages took a lot of work. It took planning, presentations, PowerPoints. They went to local schools, and because one of the major reasons for this is also to have an outreach to Malaysian students, not just the upper class schools. I mean, when I say upper class, I don't mean that, but like the elite schools in Malaysia, like VI or St. John's Institution. But we wanted to reach out to the students who were just in the local community, in the schools, and so they went and promoted it. They were on TV promoting it. So it was a really great learning experience. It was so tiring. I think I lost 15 pounds the first year we put it on because it was so stressful. But it was wonderful to see students take the lead. And by the third year that it was done, the students were so successful that they no longer needed an event manager. They knew how to do the whole thing themselves, and so that knowledge passed on. So I don't know if it will continue to be a tradition. I know we did it last year, and I think it's now supposed to be an every other year event because it is very, very time consuming and involves a lot of energy from the whole school. But to me that was really worthwhile because I had nothing to do with the decision making from the beginning. It was a handful of kids who said, we want to do a walkathon. We've heard it might be something we can do, and with no experience. So that was really valuable.